Yep, good afternoon, and welcome to Blessing Inspire Live. I'm excited to be with you today. Today is the last day of my continuous live. Remember, from next week, we'll be doing the live, but we'll be doing it once a week. And there's a reason behind that. Information overload is a problem. When you have too much information and not enough time to implement, it can be a problem. So I want to be bringing value once a week and giving you enough time to implement it and maybe ask your question and before I give you other things, okay? And if you don't know me, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please put in the comment first time. And if you're already part of our community, I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I'm connected with you. So please give me some love in the comment as well. And just let me know how your week has been. And I'm looking forward to still continuing this journey with you from next week. My name is Oko Blessing Ofem, in case you don't know me too well. Today, I'm actually going to be sharing with you a chapter from my book, Marketing Strategies for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. And it's the very first chapter, and it says strategically positioned, being strategically positioned. Okay. So we're going to talk about that because being in the right place at the right time can make or kill your business. It can make or kill your dream. Being in the wrong place can mess up things for you. But also, after praying, after putting together the idea, after having the idea and after praying, the next thing that is needed is for you to be in the right place. Is for you to be strategically positioned. And I use the word strategically positioned because not just being anywhere is going to also bring about the result. So you really have to be in the right place, right? So that's strategically. You have to not just be anywhere, just be somewhere, just be doing something. No, you have to be doing the right thing in the right place and with the right people, right? So you have to be strategically positioned. And that actually comes from, like I said, my book. If you don't have your copy, you need to get your copy, Marketing Strategies for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. It's actually not only for Kingdom Entrepreneurs, it's for anyone who wants, who doesn't mind getting, principles from the Bible that are applicable for everyday life. It's also not only for entrepreneurs. Even if you're not in business, this is very, very helpful because it's filled with strategies, practical strategies. And I share some of my own life experience in this book. And of course, towards the end, I'll make an announcement that can help you to be strategically positioned. But let's get into that chapter that I wrote. In that chapter, I talked about Abraham and him wanting to get a wife for Isaac. Now, getting married and getting a wife or a husband is a whole nother topic, right? I'll tell you something real quick about that. Abraham and Sarah, it doesn't tell us how they met and married, but we know about Abraham's son that Abraham sent his servant to go look for a wife for Isaac. So I don't know if that's like a dating service or something, right? But he sent his servant to go look for a wife. Jacob, on the other hand, the way he met his wife, he ended up with two, was he chose her himself. He fell in love with her. That's Rachel. But of course, he was tricked into marrying Leah too. You understand? So I just looked at that, those three, and I was able to know that everybody does not necessarily get connected to their life partner in the same exact way. So, you don't have to expect that the way that the other person met their God's will for them is the same way that you will meet yours, and so on and so forth. It can be different, it can be very, very different. Okay. And so that's that on marriage, as far as getting married. But here in this case, Abraham wanted to get a wife for Isaac. And he didn't want Isaac to marry from his environment. He wanted the servant to go back and find a wife and bring her to Isaac. Wow, what a work! What a work! What an assignment, right? What a job! What a duty to carry out. And he made the servant, vow and make promise, like the servant was bound by this, that he had to do this, and he wasn't going to cut corners. He wasn't going to, do anything. So imagine, and as I'm saying that, I'm saying to myself, like, what's impressing me is just like many of us too, we've been given an assignment. We've been given an assignment. We've been given, told to accomplish something, to fulfill or to meet a goal, right? And so we have this thing that is, an obligation upon us. What do we do? What do we do? Right? So Abraham's servant said to himself, this is way beyond me. I need help. I need a divine help. I need divine guidance, because first of all, I don't want to bring someone that begins to come and become a problem in the family. I don't want to bring someone that Isaac will not even love, or who may not love Isaac. How do I even go about to know who is the right person for this man and even for this family? You don't want to go out there and just pick somebody, and then when you come back, it's problem from day one. Everybody will be looking at you like, how did you pick what was, and you don't want to pick somebody who comes and then they are miserable because there's no connection, they don't love themselves. I mean, that was a big task. How does he do this? So the servant of Abraham prayed, and he asked God to not just give him success, but to give him good success. He asked the Lord to help him to accomplish this mission well. But you know what he did? He then went. He went, one, based on the instruction of Abraham, to the region that he's told, pick her from here, get her from here. But when he got there, this is where my chapter really focuses on. He didn't just get there and, in the middle of the highway, stay there and say, okay, let me see who will drive by. He didn't just get there and just, stay in the inn or the hotel that he was booking, and say, well, maybe hopefully I may bump into somebody that is, somewhere here, or maybe out on the street I will see somebody. He didn't just, in other words, he was very strategic. He was very strategic. And he said to himself, where would most eligible single ladies be? Where would they be? And he looked at the time too. Where would they be around this time? And so he went to where they fetch water. He went to where they fetch water. And in those days, it was mostly maidens, ladies that were not married, that were going to be coming and fetching water. If you didn't grow up from the village, sometimes Bible stories can seem so abstract. But for someone like me that grew up in the village, and I know what it is like to have to go to the stream and fetch water and have to bring it back to the home, and then if the water can be used to cook, to clean, to bathe. So I'm familiar with that, and I'm familiar with the people that are usually versed with that duty, with that job. It's not going to be, unless they don't have anybody to help them, it's not going to be the mom and the dad. It's not going to be, the uncles or the aunties that are already maybe married or in their families. It's going to be younger children, and most of the time it's also going to be the teenagers. And most of the time too, not that it has to be, but girls will be the one going out to the fetch water at a certain time, and they will probably go in a pair of two. They will not just go alone. They will probably travel with a pair of two. Boys too go to fetch, in my experience in my day. But in this time, it was the maidens that were going to fetch water. So he knew that, he had that information. And so he put himself right where he would have the greatest opportunity of coming across young maidens that were not married. So the first thing, even if with what you have in your heart, with your business, is to be strategically positioned. Sometimes we're not reaching the people we need to reach because we're not in the right location. And that is why you have to know who you are trying to reach. Who are your potential customers? Where do they hang out? They always ask you that. Maybe you've heard them ask you that before. Where do these people hang out? Because it's important. It's important to know where they hang out. If you know which social platform they're most populated on, then that's a social platform to be on. If you know a place physically that they hang out, that's a place to show up. Because if you're not even there, it's going to be hard to even connect with the person you're supposed to connect to. So another prayer is, Lord, help me to be in the place where I'm supposed to be in the place where I will meet my potential clients, or whatever it is that you're looking for as far as is connected to people. Father, help me to be strategically placed. And then using your insight, using what you know, using your information as well, you go to the place where you know, I have the potential of meeting this and this here. Even in the circular world, if you're looking for some certain profession, there are cities that are known to be popular for that type of profession, right? Or areas in the world that if you go here, these are the kind of work or people you're going to meet. It's just populated around in this area. So it's the same thing. So when he got there, then he prayed a prayer and said, Lord, now I'm here and I've placed myself in the right place. I'm strategically placed. Now help me to be able to make a good judgment. And then he asked the Lord that let the person that is supposed to be Isaac's wife, let them do this when I ask them this. You see? But he couldn't have prayed that prayer just hanging out, let's say even, in a place that mostly men are, or, in a place where women don't even populate. He wouldn't have then been like, oh, he would have been praying the prayer, let somebody come by. Let a lady come by. Let a maiden come by, Lord. I mean, this place is hardly anybody. I'm not seeing hardly anybody, but I pray that a maiden will come by. He didn't do that. He went to a place where he knew maidens would populate. And there he now asked God for direction. He asked God for discernment. He asked God to be able to judge well and to be able to select the right people, right? So once you are in a place where you need to be, the platform you need to be, and you know that this is where my potential clients are, then that is where there you can pray and say, Lord, now I need help to know even who I should work with. Now, Lord, let the people that need my services, let my business, not be covered up. Let them see me, and give me favor in their eyes, and help me to know. Help me to know whether it's a good business I should go into. Help me to know whether I should work with this person or not. You would pray that prayer as both a service provider, a coach, or even as a client. You can pray that prayer, right? So being strategically placed is so important, because if you're at the wrong place, the right things cannot really always happen, for you. And if you are with the wrong people too, it's going to be hard for you to get the right people mixing around with the wrong people, right? So it's so important that after praying, we've received the assignment. We've had this thing that we've been wanting to work on, we've been wanting to do. We have, if something in our heart, in our mind, or we've received an assignment, we received a job, we received a call to duty, and we are on our way executing it. We pray and say, Lord, give me good success. I need good, not just success, a good one. And then we look at, okay, with the information I know, with all I know, where should I be? Then that means then being even in the right, place. If you're trying to study business, you're not going to necessarily go and enroll in, music school. You understand? Because you're trying to study business, and vice versa. So you're going to enroll and go to a program that is going to enable you to achieve your goal, to achieve and come closer to achieving your purpose. You might not be looking for a spouse, but you might be looking, to do some certain things in life or in your business. Then you will need to be in the place where it gives you the most opportunity or enables you to go further in achieving your dream or your goal. So that's why I talk about even being in the right training and making yourself available to be in the right place so that you can get the information, get the knowledge, get the training, and possibly be connected to the right people that are going to enable you fulfill your mission, fulfill your assignment, your purpose, right? So it's so important then to avail yourself after you've prayed, after you've thought about this thing. What is the next thing? Where can I be? Where should I be that can help me further in accomplishing my goal, in accomplishing my mission? Then go there. So perhaps it might be a group, it might be a community, both online and offline. It might be a program that you need to join. It might be a course that you need to take. It might be an event that you need to attend, which is where I'm going to kind of end by inviting you tomorrow. If you are in the North Dakota area, I will be speaking tomorrow on leadership and entrepreneur Kingdom Entrepreneurship. So let me just share the flyer real quick. Tomorrow, I will be at Ebenezer Christian Gospel Center, Chapel of Revival with Pastor Alpha. It's a one-day seminar on leadership and marketing strategies for kingdom entrepreneurs. So I am one of the persons that will be speaking there tomorrow. I'm going to be talking and sharing with you really how to monetize your passion and your gifts. So if you've been looking at what can I do, what could I possibly start, how do I even go about it. That's what I'll be talking about tomorrow. I'll be showing you how you can get started, what you can do to get some of those ideas flowing. I believe it is said that there will be some free items for the first few persons that are there. And if you're not on location, you can join via my Facebook. It will be live streamed. So I will share it on my personal Facebook. So if you are not able to join in person, I invite you to join online because I believe it's going to be a great blessing to you. So once again, this is one of the places that you can definitely be strategically placed tomorrow by being here and having the possibility of getting the information, having access to information that you may ordinarily not have, having access to persons and people you may ordinarily not have. So this is one of the ways that we can be strategically placed, taking advantage of opportunities that are available for us to be able to go further in fulfilling our dreams and our mission. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I don't know what your plans are for the weekend, but I'm wishing you an awesome weekend. And I'm wishing you a happy Resurrection Sunday. It is the day that every day is Resurrection Day, but on this particular day, we really take time to know that the Lord made such a sacrifice because of his love for us, for you. And so I wish you a happy Easter on Sunday. And as I said, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you're in person. And if you join online, please let me know you're joining me online tomorrow too as well. It is going to be at 11:30, 12 noon Eastern time. Okay, so you can join in at that time. All right. I hope you will be strategically placed next Tuesday at 12 noon right here on Blessing Inspire. I will be live next week, Tuesday, where I will start going live once a week. So God bless you. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.